Hey, Stephen Yanni here at High Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a turbocharged Buick Regal. Now don't make the mistake of calling this 1987 turbocharged Regal a T-type. Those are discontinued after 1986. This is actually called a Turbo T. It's about semantics because it still has the 3.8 liter V6 seen in 86 with the intercooler, and for 1987, 245 horsepower net. Under the hood, let's take a peek. Now that was then. This one has had some upgrades. Chrome package, larger ducting, probably closer to 300 horsepower here. Aftermarket air filter, a K&N type item, open element all the way around. And of course, like all of these, the air conditioning was standard equipment. It has the Garrett intercooler and turbocharger, and it's hard to imagine that this V6 engine debuted at General Motors in 1961 and was fairly successful, but GM sold that basic engine to Kaiser, where it was installed in Willys, Jeeps, and other vehicles in the late 60s, early 70s. Well, General Motors needed the V6 back. They bought it back from American Motors Kaiser in 74, 75, and then put it back in production. Kind of weird. With that said, a fantastic engine. The pushrod 3.8 and 4.1 cousin are great engines, and again, a legend. This is the street Hemi of the 1980s. Now let's continue our walk. Lightly customized. It has Billet Specialties rims with a gray blackout treatment in the center. Looks like standard Buick stuff, but it is aftermarket. It's lighter, which is good news. And again, Turbo T, a reference here to the fact this is not a T-type, but yes, a Turbo T. Very subtle ghost flames in the paint, beautifully done, base coat, clear coat effect. And this does have the factory T-tops. We see them right here. Next best thing to a convertible in 1987 in a Buick. Now this does have an air ride suspension, and let's take a peek at that. It's pretty cool. Put the key into the accessory position, and let's hit down here to 1 and watch it go down. How cool is that? And so you can raise or lower the car to suit your tastes. And this is totally drivable, streetable. Air suspensions are not what they used to be back in the early days. They're completely capable of holding their own with a coil spring suspension on the road or racetrack, wherever. Let's continue our walk. We have, again, the Billet Specialties wheels in the back. Dual exhaust, as all of these cars did, and inside the trunk, something very special. And before we get to the trunk, 1987 was the year that there was no longer a deck lid spoiler on the Turbo T. This is something that was a dealer installed item only or a Grand National piece. Now this is blacked out. Has this car been customized? Well, no. This one has what's known as the W02 Blackout Package. How do we know it's factory? Well, here we look at the sticker in the back, W02, located right, W02 right there, W02, that's $100 that was paid by the original buyer of this car to have the look of a Grand National blacked out. So it's truly a blacked out Turbo T, and not a custom, not a wannabe. Also, this car has the optional $1,442 LC2, which of course is the 3.8 liter turbo engine. And of course, G80, yes, it has positive traction, which was another $100. You could actually get a Turbo T or a Grand National in 1987 with an open differential. Very few are built. This ain't one of them. You want both tires to turn. And of course, in the trunk, we also see the E-Level by AccuAir reservoir and pumps for the air suspension. And so this is just a really nice daily driver, almost a show car with the chrome and dress-ups under the hood and on the wheels and the ghost flames. So it's a nice example of a lightly modified Turbo T from 87, the final year for the dynasty of the turbocharged Buick Regal. And this car can be purchased with financing with as little as 10% down. High Octane Classics does accept trades, daily drivers or customs, you choose. And they also deliver cars to schools, your place of work, wherever you'd like. And keep in mind that High Octane Classics has been in business for about 12 years, and they're always looking to add to the staff in either sales or service. And as they sell cars, they also have to buy them. So if you need a collection you have to liquidate, 1 to 50 cars, give High Octane Classics a call at 508-859-4515. And to learn more about this 87 final year Turbo T with positive traction, the T-tops, air suspension, check it out on the High Octane Classics website.